What is community? It's Friday Night Lights with laughter as post-game commentary. It's fun runs, fun rides. It's passing the boot for local heroes. And it's breaking ground for groundbreaking startups. This is what makes a community. And it's what makes a community bank. It's fertile financial resources turned back into local soil. Here's to people helping others thrive. This is community banking. D.L. Evans Bank, since 1904.
You can't make summer stand still, so make the most of every last second with a new Toyota at Toyota's National Sales Event.
During Toyota's National Sales Event, discover our wide variety of fuel-efficient electrified vehicles. Toyota, let's go places.
Some days, I choose the most difficult trail. I test my limits.
Taking the hard path isn't always easy, but I know it's the right way.
When I get done with my ride and I look back at what I've just accomplished, I feel amazing.
It takes courage and determination to do hard things.
But you can do them.
Quitting tobacco and vaping is possible.
You decide when. We'll show you how. Learn more at projectfilter.org or call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
It can be a lot, trying to figure out how to make it, how to dream big and to wonder, what if? Because no matter where you are in life, if you don't know what's possible in Idaho, it's hard to keep asking, what if? Which is exactly why Next Steps Idaho was created, with everything from smart tools that help you figure out careers you might be suited for, to training and education options for you. So keep asking what if at nextsteps.idaho.gov.
Community.
Hit in the morning, another between class, after school, and more before bed. Vaping sucks you in quick. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems everyone's talking about. That's why thousands of teens are ready to take back their life their own way with My Life, My Quit. When you sign up with us, you'll get a free and simple quit plan that makes it easier to stop vaping. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
It can be a lot, trying to figure out how to make it, how to dream big and to wonder, what if? Because no matter where you are in life, if you don't know what's possible in Idaho, it's hard to keep asking, what if? Which is exactly why Next Steps Idaho was created, with everything from smart tools that help you figure out careers you might be suited for, to training and education options for you. So keep asking what if at nextsteps.idaho.gov.
You can't make summer stand still, so make the most of every last second with a new Toyota at Toyota's National Sales Event.
During Toyota's National Sales Event, discover our wide variety of fuel-efficient electrified vehicles. Toyota, let's go places.
Taking care of life's business doesn't always happen at the most convenient times. So we make it easy for you to access and manage your banking wherever, whenever. This is Community Banking, D.L. Evans Bank.
A hit in the morning, another between class, after school, and more before bed. Vaping sucks you in quick. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems everyone's talking about. That's why thousands of teens are ready to take back their life their own way with My Life, My Quit. When you sign up with us, you'll get a free and simple quit plan that makes it easier to stop vaping. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
You can't make summer stand still, so make the most of every last second with a new Toyota at Toyota's National Sales Event.
During Toyota's National Sales Event, discover our wide variety of fuel-efficient electrified vehicles. Toyota, let's go places.
And we welcome you live to Kimberly, Idaho. Mike Christensen alongside Carter Christensen. And tonight it's a conference clash in the Class 3A ranks as the Kimberly Bulldogs host the Filer Wildcats. This is an IdahoSports.com GameStreams production of Magic Valley Game Night presented by D.L. Evans Bank. Tonight the 4-1 Bulldogs host the 2-3 Wildcats. The visitors from Filer are a young group that feature as many freshman starters as they do seniors, led by freshman QB Tristan Ray, who gets the start under center.
Filer coach Justin Brandsma says Ray has a cannon for an arm, so look for Filer to throw the ball a lot more than you've seen in the past.
For Kimberly, the Bulldogs are playing their Sawtooth Central Idaho Conference opener after some solid showings out of conference, including a win over traditional 3A power Fruitland as part of a 4-1 start.
Kimberly has averaged about 37 points a game this season. They have a lot of weapons, which for a lot was surprising given that they lost their main weapon, Gatlin Bear, to Burley, but they have reloaded at all the skill positions and look just as good as ever.
So it should be a great ball game tonight. Little conference action, beautiful evening, about 60 degrees here in Kimberly as they kick it off. Nice fall weather as the captains prepare to come out. It's kind of a redo of homecoming for the Kimberly Bulldogs, so a little late getting on the air tonight with some festivities. They had some skydivers come in and land on the field, 3 skydivers and some extra festivities. As Fruitland was the original homecoming date, but smoke forced that one to relocate and change days. And so the Kimberly Bulldogs are kind of taking a second shot at homecoming tonight and adding a little bit to this evening's game as the captains take the field. Grant Murphy, 66, among them for Kimberly, who's wearing some special uniforms tonight. The Bulldogs in black jerseys with camouflage shoulder pads as part of tonight's ball game, and the white shorts, and then the white tops and red for Filer, who makes the short trek over for this ball game tonight as they get ready for the coin toss. And as we have a moment here, we will remind you that Magic Valley Game Night is brought to you by our major advertising partners, Project Filter, Valleywide Cooperative, the Idaho Transportation Department, the Idaho Department of Health and Welfare, Next Steps Idaho, and your local Toyota dealer. Should be a great game. We remind you that you can make the memories last a lifetime by owning a digital game file of this game for just $9.95. Click the button in the top right corner to order. Carter, as we look for this, and what are some things you're going to look for here as we get underway here in a few minutes?
Well, I'm interested to see what Filer comes out with, because when you're playing a team that's generally bigger and faster than you, you kind of want to slow the game down, kind of take a long time with the clock. But from the sounds of things, it sounds like Filer's going to come out trying to pass the ball as much as possible. So we'll see what happens with the Filer offense.
These teams do have one opponent in common in their schedule thus far. They both have played Snake River. Filer lost to Snake River 29-7. Kimberly routed Snake River 34-14. So very different results there. The Wildcats lost to Sugar Salem to open the year. That's, of course, a 3A powerhouse. That was a 69-0 game. But they've got wins over American Falls and Wendell, and they lost in conference to Wood River. So they've already played a conference game, and we'll see what they do tonight. But Coach Brandsma felt pretty confident. He said last year they lost this game to Kimberly 48-6, but he feels more hopeful. They're not quite as dynamic as last year in his view, and he feels like his team has a fighting chance tonight. So the coin has been tossed, and we are ready to kick this one off tonight and get some 3A football started here on IdahoSports.com. We thank you for joining us all around the world, wherever you are, and we're glad to bring it to you. Mike Christensen alongside former Great Basin All-Conference lineman Carter Christensen. And it should be a dandy this evening between these two teams. Kimberly, under first-year head coach Joe Dilley, takes over for Rich Bishop, who was here for a long time, had a lot of success. But Dilley off to a great start at 4-1 out of conference. All right, and we're getting ready. They're coming out here on the field to kick this thing off between the 4-1 Bulldogs and the 2-3 Wildcats. Looking ahead to next week, the Wildcats are going to be hosting Gooding Friday at 7. Kimberly's got a Thursday night affair next week. They're going against Wood River here on this same field. Thursday night, 7 o'clock, against the Wolverines, who have dropped from 4A to 3A just for football only, joining the SCIC this year after struggling in the Great Basin for years. You played against that Wood River team a lot. Probably a good move for them.
Yeah, I think it was a good switch. They really hadn't had much success in 4A. I think 3A is the level that they need to be at, and they looked okay this year.
Already got a win over this Filer team, and there goes the kick from Filer. Up and away, taken by the Bulldogs right around the 20-yard line. And a nice return there, up to the 35, maybe the 36. And swarmed under there. The one downside of these special uniforms for the Bulldogs is the numbers are a little bit tougher to see. And we'll do our best to identify guys as the night goes along. But the Bulldogs will get the ball first. They will start from their own 37-yard line. 0-0 with 11:50 to go in the first quarter as the Bulldogs huddle up and come to the line. They have scored a lot of points this season, including a season-high 56 in a win against Jerome earlier this year. Cade Larson, the junior quarterback. Back, throws it downfield. He's got a man open right away. And up the sideline go the Bulldogs, and that is going to be a Kimberly touchdown right off the bat. 55 yards in the score, and the Bulldogs jump out to the early lead. 6-0. It takes them one play and 11 seconds to jump on the board. With the 55-yard TD reception. And it's 6-0 Kimberly with the PAT pending. And there's a snap, and the kick is partially blocked, and it looks like it's going to come up a little short. So the kick fails, and that leaves our score at 6 for Kimberly, nothing for Filer. And it's a quick strike offense for the Bulldogs.
Kimberly getting set to kick it away here as Filer getting ready to receive.
So Michael Goff, number 26 with the TD there. With these alternate jerseys that Kimberly's wearing tonight, all their numbers have changed from their traditional numbers. We've seen them before earlier in the season, and different numbers than you're used to watching out there tonight. We'll do our best to identify those guys for you tonight. Your big weapons, Michael Goff, number 26, Parker Stringham, 14, Tennessee Owens, number 20, a great defender for this team. And, of course, quarterback Larson is 18. Holder on the extra point there. And that's a touchback for the Wildcats, taken by Carter Day, the junior, in the end zone, and they'll come out to the 20 for 1st and 10. And we've got a freshman quarterback in Ray making a start here. He was on JV to start the year. He's moving up to varsity, and they say he's got a good arm. He's not big, 5'6" youngster in 9th grade making a varsity start, but we'll see what the Wildcats can do. Coach Dilley on the Kimberly side said this Filer team has shown some spurts of really good football. They're just really young, and so we'll see what they can bring tonight to this ball game. Bring a man in motion, and there goes the handoff to Ashton Souza. Souza, number 5, is a senior running back, and he's going to be a big weapon for this team. You'll see him touch the rock a lot tonight. The Wildcats are playing without Jacob Metcalf, who was number 4 to start the year, senior QB, and he is out with an injury. A broken foot ending his season. Ray takes the snap, fakes the handoff, throws to the outside, bobbled and caught, but not much there. Taken in by number 10, Dillian Patterson. Patterson with the catch. No gain, brings up 3rd and 11 with 10:45 to go. And the Wildcats trailing 6-0 here as Kimberly scored on their first play from scrimmage. Showing that potent offense we talked about in the pregame. averaging almost 40 points a game as an offense. Only team to really limit them was last week against Mountain Home when they played a lot of youngsters both ways to try and get some experience before conference. Handoff goes there to number 4 and taken down. And no real gain there. That's going to bring up a 4th and long. So Filer, first possession doesn't really go anywhere.
No, it doesn't. And the difference between JV and varsity in terms of game speed is just light years of difference. So we'll see if Ray has a tough time adjusting to the speed of varsity, or if he jumps right in.
First possession a little rocky there for the Wildcats, and they'll kick it away. And a nice punt. Takes a good roll for Filer inside the 35, and will be down there around the 32 by Carter Day. Nice punt there by Campton. And Filer's defense back on the field. And Kimberly starting drive number 2 from the 33-yard line. We'll see what they can do here. See if this Filer defense can get a stop. Kimberly loves to jump on teams early in this first quarter and really put them away. Empty set, 5 receivers in the pattern, 3 to the far side. Back to throw is Larson, finds his man. That is Stringham, and Stringham's got a nice gain. Short of the first down, but about 8 yards on first down. Nice play for the Bulldogs. Going to bring up a 2nd and 2 with 9 minutes and 20 seconds to go in this first quarter of play here on IdahoSports.com. Larson in that pistol with a back behind him. Man comes in motion, and we've got flags and maybe delay a game. Oh, false start they're going to call on. False start on the Bulldogs. We'll move them back 5 yards and bring up 2nd and 7. That ball placed right between the 41 and 42-yard lines as Kimberly comes back over center. Got an experienced offensive line that's really helped lead the way this year as they reload at the skill spots. And there goes a pitch wide to Goff. He makes a couple guys miss. Nice gain up to the 40, but he's going to be short of that first down marker. Goff, a junior, plays running back and defensive back for this Kimberly team. And they now face a 3rd and 3 from the 39. Kenyon Cunningham is your center, number 76. He's over the football, ready to snap it and get this play underway. They send Goff out and throw the other way on the slant, and caught with contact, breaking the tackle and headed upfield. Nice job by the Bulldogs. That's Mason Jensen, number 82, and he makes a great play there. Jensen on the slant, took a shot, held on, made a nice play out of it. First down, Bulldogs.
Great focus to maintain that catch after getting hit like that. That's tough to do.
8 minutes left in this first quarter. That's the first down of the game for Kimberly. They scored on their first play from scrimmage. Larson back to throw. He's got a man out there. It is caught and hauled in and going down inside the 10-yard line, setting up a 1st and goal right around the 5 for the Bulldogs. Is Connor Laughlin. The receiver makes a nice catch there. And the Bulldogs look like they're marching right back down to try and take a commanding lead. There's a throw into the end zone. It is complete. And it's a touchdown for Kimberly. Hauled in by Kason Hammond, number 8. Hammond, the junior receiver, gets on the scoreboard. And nice job by Hammond to haul that in. And Kimberly will set up for the extra point try. 7:38 on the clock and a 12-0 lead. Kick is up. Kick is good by Brian Rodriguez. And that extra point makes it 13-0 with 7:38 to go. in the first quarter. And Kimberly, hot start.
Yeah, we expected this. Their offense is explosive. They really live on those big plays, and they've been successful early.
This gives us a chance to tell you that tonight's broadcast brought to you in part by our local sponsor, True Leap Technologies. If you're in Filer or the surrounding area, True Leap Technologies is the place to call for your internet service needs. Formerly Filer Mutual, they have been serving the Magic Valley since 1909 and are proud to bring you local internet from local people. Packages start at just $69.95. They offer unlimited use internet with no activation or installation fees. Be sure to follow True Leap Technologies on Facebook and Instagram and call 208-326-4331 to sign up today. Bulldogs will kick it off. Number 5, Ashton Sousa and Carter Day, the two deep men for the Wildcats. Hauled in by Sousa at the 5. And he's got a nice return. He's out beyond the 30 and taken down there. He had one man to beat, and that man made the tackle. And the Bulldogs save what could have been a huge return. Looked like Crispin, 42, the senior, in on the play, and Rodriguez, the kicker, helping make the stop there. Nice job. And out come the Wildcats and their freshman quarterback for a second opportunity here. Ray back to throw. Throws it to Sousa, goes through his hands and incomplete on first down. Gave him a shot at it, but a little behind him, and that ball comes up incomplete. So Kimberly with 2 touchdowns. Filer yet to really gain any positive yards. Kind of went backwards, ended up with 4th and 11 on their first possession. And hopefully trying to get a little bit better mojo going on drive number 2. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side, 2 backs in the backfield, and a handoff for the Wildcats. Picks up just maybe a yard, not much there. That's going to bring up a 3rd and long. Zach Porter, number 37, your junior running back on the carry there. If you're the Wildcats and you've struggled here this far to move the ball, what do you dial up on 3rd and 9 here?
I don't know. It's tough because Kimberly's so good at run defense, and Filer's tried to run the ball, and they really haven't gotten anything going. So I'll look for them to pass here.
Ray back to throw. And high and incomplete. Had a chance at the pick for Kimberly. Comes up incomplete. Number 4, your intended target there, in and out of the hands. And that ball is going to go over on another punt situation here. Jardy Kempton, number 36, is your punter. And he's back out for his second punt of the night. And Goff deep to receive. A dangerous return man standing around his own 24, 25-yard line. And not the start you wanted if you're Filer. Back-to-back punts. And Kimberly moving the ball at ease so far. That ball's going to die around the 30 and take a bounce for Kimberly. Back out to the 34-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10 Bulldogs. And Cade Larson, the junior quarterback, leads his team back out for their 3rd drive of the night. And they'll try for their 3rd score. Really try to put this game away early. It's a Kimberly team that won just 4 games a year ago, 4-5, missed the playoffs. They're a perennial playoff team. Kind of an off year last year for them, but thus far have won every game they've played except for the game against Marsh Valley when maybe Coach Dilley said they were a little overconfident after beating Fruitland. Maybe thought they were better than they were and lost that 53-40, but otherwise 4 wins to start the year, and looking to go 1-0 in conference ahead of hosting Wood River next week, where they'll be favored there as well. And Larson goes down. That is a sack by number 70, Will Myers, for Filer getting in the backfield. The senior D lineman making a nice play. And that's really the first negative play of the night for the Bulldogs. Good play, Filer.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the key for Filer tonight is they have to get pressure on Larson. If Larson can just stand back there and pass all night, Kimberly can score on every play.
So that brings up a long yardage situation, 2nd and 17 with 6 minutes to go. So we're halfway through this first quarter of play, 12-minute quarters here at the high school level. And we are exactly at the halfway mark as Larson takes the snap on 2nd and long. He looks outside for his man and in and out of the hands of Parker Stringham. Stringham's a guy who plays a lot of positions. Will even play some quarterback, but you'll see him in the backfield, receiver, a lot of different things for this team. Dangerous weapon, but unable to haul that one in for the Bulldogs. Stops the clock at 5:50 to go, first quarter.
This is big for Filer right here. Can't give up a first down here. That'll kill all their momentum.
Yeah, we'll see what offensive coordinator Simon Olson dials up for the Bulldogs here. Back to throw. Larson's looking, lobs it down the sideline, kind of a jump ball, and it's hauled in and caught by Connor Laughlin. He's had a couple good catches tonight, and that is going to move the chain. So on 3rd and 17, Filer unable to get the stop. Huge play right there, and a tough one for the Wildcats, who can't get off the field on defense. 1st and 10 Bulldogs at the 48-yard line. You know, it really is impressive if you look at all the seniors Kimberly lost from last year's squad. They expected to be a lot better last year, but they lost their quarterback from last year. They lost Gatlin Bear, moves to Burley, where they're lighting up scoreboards. They really lost their running back from last year, and yet this is still an explosive offense.
Yeah, Kimberly has a good foundation, great tradition of a great program.
Some pressure on Larson. He scrambles, and he's going to be sacked for the 2nd time tonight. Taken down by 73, Jeremiah Watson, the linebacker, getting in the backfield, making a play there for the Wildcats. Makes it 2nd and 12 or 13 here for Kimberly, but they've shown they can overcome long yardage situations. We'll see what they do here. 2 receivers to either side, 1 back behind Larson. And the Wildcats come across early on the hard count. That's Corbin Lewis, 52, is drawn off there, and that'll give 5 free yards to Kimberly. Brings up 2nd down and 8. With the ball resting just beyond the 50, just inside Filer territory. Kimberly with a 2-score lead and looking to add to it. Full crowd here on the Kimberly sideline, packed house for this 2nd homecoming game, and almost breaking that one. Mason Jensen, 82, hauls that in. One guy to beat, shoestring tackler. That would have gone to the house. And another first down for the Bulldogs as they march down the field. Nice throw by Larson. Nice catch by Jensen, and they're on the move. 4:40 to go, first quarter. Larson calls for it. He's back to throw again. Right across the middle. Wide open is Goff. He makes a man miss. There is a flag on the play. Goff looks like he's going to go to the house, and he does. He is into the end zone, making several guys miss. Nice move in the middle of the field. 2 defenders were there, and he juked them out. But this one may be coming back. It's going to be a hold on the Bulldogs. So all that nifty move for naught for Goff. And Kimberly will move backwards and try this one again.
Big opportunity for Filer here to get a stop.
This is a Kimberly team playing without one of their starting linemen tonight, Anthony Marquecho. He was hurt in the Fruitland game, I believe broken thumb situation there. He's not able to go tonight, but this is still an experienced line. A lot of guys back from last year's team, and they've started well, but pick up the holding call there. Brady Dilly, the coach's son, number 70, is your tackle here to the near side. 2 receivers to either side for Larson. He's been completing a lot of balls here in the first quarter. He goes down the field. He's got a wide open receiver. It's hauled in at the 15, to the 10, to the 5, and in to the end zone goes Connor Laughlin. He's had quite a night so far. Laughlin hauls in the touchdown, and the Bulldogs take a 19-0 lead. 4:03 to go, first quarter. All Kimberly so far tonight.
Filer just cannot stop the pass.
Yeah, these guys are, and Larson's having a pretty easy time picking them apart because the guys he's not throwing into coverage. He's throwing to wide open receivers.
Yeah.
So the extra point by Rodriguez makes it 20-0 at the 4:03 mark. And it's time to sing that Kimberly fight song again. It's been a busy first quarter of that as they score on all 3 possessions. This is a Kimberly team that was picked to finish second in the SCIC in the preseason coaches poll behind Buell. We'll see what they have to say about it when those 2 teams face off here down the road. Wood River picked 3rd, followed by Gooding, and then this Filer team 5th. Filer lost a lot of seniors, and it shows out there.
Yeah, they're really young, but good opportunity for them this year to get a lot of varsity experience and come back next year probably even better.
You know, yeah, really, they're a team that's got some promise. They're going to probably be really good in a year or two, just with so many freshmen and sophomores out there on this varsity team, including their quarterback being a freshman tonight. We'll see what they can figure out. Sousa's a great leader for him. Brody Everly's leading tackler from the linebacker spot. They got Jared Evans, who's a basketball player playing football for the first time, wide receiver, and he's growing and developing. So kind of a work in progress for Filer, and they'll scoop this one up around the 8-yard line, and bringing it out is Day, and he's swarmed under at the 11-yard line. He'll go down, and with 3:56 to go, Filer will start its next possession. Coach Brandsma was, pretty hopeful that his team could compete more. They lost 48-6 to Kimberly last year. He felt like they had a chance to make this more of a game tonight, even with their young team. Kind of hoped that they could figure out what Kimberly does, but so far, no chance to slow the Bulldogs.
Yeah, no, they haven't stopped the pass or pressured Lawson at all. It's really been easy for the Kimberly offense so far. They need to find a way to make Lawson uncomfortable and find a way to get on those receivers.
On the offensive side, they'll see what they can do. Ray looks down the field. He's got a receiver, and it's caught. Hauled in by 13, and he's going to take it to the house. There's a flag on the field. We'll see if it's an offensive PI. But taking that all the way to the end zone is 13, Jarrett Evans.
Yeah, I think that one's coming
80-yard
back.
score, and they may call him for offensive pass interference. We'll see what the call is. That's a tough break as it is. They kind of were hand fighting together and got tangled up a little. And that's a tough break if you're Filer. Great play to take that 80 yards, but it may come back here.
Still great throw by Ray there.
So what would have been an 80-yard touchdown now becomes a long yardage situation for Filer, but a nice ball by the freshman QB. A nice catch by Evans, but pushed off a little bit to get open there. That's going to make it 1st and 16 for Filer. In his own end zone is Ray. He throws it up the other sideline. It's got a man there. In and out of the hands of the intended receiver. 88, Grayson Long, unable to complete that catch. 3:31 to go in the first quarter as the clock stops and brings up a 2nd and 16 for Filer. We expected the Wildcats to throw it a little more with this freshman QB, and they are, but not successfully so far. Ray, under pressure in his own end zone, fires that behind the intended receiver, Jared Evans, 13. He had that long catch before that was nullified. And 3rd and long. You got a Kimberly team executing so well on offense with Larson as a junior. His first year as a varsity starter. Got some time last year, but he's just been really solid at getting the ball to the open guy and moving the ball down the field. And not quite the same precision so far for Filer.
Yeah, when you got the weapons that Larson does, being able to sit back there and just being able to read through all your progressions is really what you don't want to happen as a defense.
Ray fires it, finds a receiver up to the 20. Can he break the tackle? And it's going to be, I believe, close to a 1st down for Filer. Nice job by the Wildcats. That's number 10, Dylan Patterson.
They're going to give it to him.
1st down as he hauled the defender forward for a yard or two and kept fighting to pick up a really important 1st down for Filer. You didn't want to give the ball back again there, already down 20-0.
Yeah, it's big. Of course, you would have loved to have had that touchdown that was called back earlier, but to keep this drive going is huge.
Ray back to throw. He's going to fire it down the sideline. It's kind of a jump ball, and it is picked off by the Bulldogs. Interception for Kimberly on that jump ball. There is a flag down, and it's on Filer, so this interception is going to stand. And Larson, your quarterback, who also plays DB, he's been big on their defense. He's been one of their top tacklers at times this year. He gets a pick and gets the ball back for himself.
Yeah, it's pretty rare that you see a quarterback going both ways just with concern for injuries, but he's been playing really well on the defensive side of the ball.
So illegal block by Filer declined, and the ball taken over at the 46 after the Larson INT. Larson with 3 TD passes and a pick. Pretty nice first quarter for the QB. Throws that one low, but scooped off the turf and picked up by his receiver. And down close to a first down. There is a late flag coming in on that one. Jackson May, just a sophomore, the receiver getting some time there. And nice catch, as that ball was pretty low. And it's going to be
a face mask.
Face mask on Filer's going to add 15 yards to that. And it's a red zone trip for the Bulldogs as they have the ball at the 20-yard line, leading 20-0 with 2:44 to go. In the opening period of play here on IdahoSports.com, Larson in the pistol, flips it wide to Goff, and he gets a nice block and gets around the outside. He's making guys miss, and he has got a first down for Kimberly. Nice run there by Goff, showing that speed.
Yeah, once he gets to the outside, he's tough to catch up to.
And just a junior this year. Goff was third in the state in tackles as a defender as a sophomore, and showing his wheels on the offensive side tonight. What a great two-way player for this Kimberly team. Short run for Larson there. 2:15 to go, and knocking on the door are the Bulldogs. Right around the 6-yard line, they'll snap this one. Cunningham, your center, snaps it to Larson. Hand off to Goff. He dances, nowhere to go. Nice job by the Filer defense as they take him down in the backfield. Matthew Bowman, 54, the senior, helping lead the way there.
Filer's shown that they can do a good job stopping the run. It's just the passing game where they have had very little success.
And this is a Kimberly team that loves to put the ball in the air, and we'll see what they come up with here on 3rd and goal from the 6. Larson looking. Oh, throws it into the dirt. Had a man coming across on the slant, unable to get it to him. 1:21 to go, clock stops.
4th down.
20-0 and a 4th and goal. Offense is going to stay out there. Rodriguez is a pretty solid kicker and could give you some 3 points here, but I think they're going to try for 6, see what they can come up with. Larson back to throw. He's got some pressure. Scrambling to the outside. He's going to heave it to the end zone and in and out of the hands of his intended receiver. Nearly caught there in the back of the end zone. Nice effort by Larson getting it down there, but that ball falls incomplete, and Filer will take over on downs.
Big stop for Filer.
Jackson May, the intended target there, had it for a moment, unable to hang on. And that ball is going to go back over to Filer. They'll have a long field in front of them as they take over at the 6. And we'll see what they can do. They've been putting the ball in the air but haven't been connecting much other than the one long play that came back on the flag. Tough break there. And now deep in their own territory. We'll see what they can come up with. Back to throw. Throwing wide. The receiver slips and falls and incomplete. Evans, the intended target there, kind of lost his footing trying to break back to the ball. 1:15 left in our entertaining first quarter. This is a Kimberly team that scored just 26 points last week in a 26-21 win over Mountain Home, 4A Mountain Home, to finish non-conference there and felt like the offense was sputtering a little bit. They wanted to come out and be strong, and they've obviously shown that in the first quarter. Another incomplete there for Ray as he's looking for number 10, Dylan Patterson. Unable to hang on. 3rd and 10, 1:11 to go. If you're Filer, you definitely don't want to punt the ball back here and give Kimberly great field position, so this is a huge 3rd down.
Kimberly has also been very close twice to blocking the punts, so dangerous.
Ray back to throw. Got a man. It's caught, and it's going to be a 1st down. So up to the 21-yard line goes Patterson. Hauls that in against the coverage of Jarrett McMurtry, who brings him down, but not until a 1st down to the 21. So 1st and 10 Filer, big play there. We go under the 1-minute mark in the quarter, but the Wildcats are on the move. We'll see if they can string together a solid drive here. Tristan Ray, your freshman quarterback, back to throw. Heaves it down the field. He's got an arm. And looking for number 4, that falls incomplete. May on the coverage there. Ball a little bit overthrown by Ray, but you can see he's got an arm.
Yeah, Coach Bransma said he had a cannon for an arm. He wasn't lying.
He actually told us that Ray reminds him a little bit of Heath Owens, who was the quarterback for Kimberly last season. Great quarterback and kind of, small in stature but strong arm, and hopes that he can develop into that kind of player for Filer, and that would be big. He scrambles. There's a flag on the play, maybe in the area of holding as Ray gets out, hauls it, throws it down the sideline, and out of bounds, incomplete. 36 seconds to go here in the quarter. Clock stops with that incompletion, and we've got a flag on the field. We'll see what the infraction is. It's going to be a chop block.
All this passing and flags, this first quarter's taken a while.
Yep, between the Kimberly touchdowns and a bevy of flags, we're about 40 minutes into the contest and still in the first quarter. It's one of those nights where Fiesta Ole will be long since closed before the final buzzer. I know that's devastating for you, Carter. In the gun is Ray as he awaits the snap. Back to throw, looking down the middle of the field. He's got a receiver hauled in. That is Souza. He's coming up the sideline here, and a nice gain. He is rocked out of bounds. Big shot on the sideline, but a nice pickup. Ashton Souza, the senior, one of the standouts on offense for this Filer team. Nice gain there. Goes out of bounds to stop the clock with 27 seconds left in the quarter. So with that penalty, that nice chunk play was not enough to pick up the 1st down. And it's 3rd and 6 for Filer from the 25. And the play comes in and they will huddle up. Ray takes the snap, fires it across the middle, and incomplete. Unable to haul that one in, and it's going to be 4th down. If you're Filer, you dare fake a punt here?
No, I wouldn't give this Kimberly offense that kind of field position, already down 20-0.
Kempton back to kick it again. He's got a good leg. And it comes down to Goff at the 35. And he's going to switch field position, make a couple guys miss, and gets up to the 40 before he goes down. Nice return by Goff. He's definitely got some wheels. Went all the way to the far side and came right back. 7 seconds to go in this first quarter. Probably 1 or 2 more plays for this Kimberly offense before we switch ends and go to quarter number 2. Bulldogs look to the sideline, get the play call, check those wristbands, and line up for this play. Kind of a tighter set than we've seen most of the night for them, just 2 receivers to the far side.
Which means run.
Bring a man in motion, and he comes all the way across. Little hesitation there. Fakes the handoff. Larson looks, no one open. He's going to run it now, and he's got room, and he's past the 50 and slides down in Filer territory to end this first quarter of play. And at the end of one quarter, the score is your Kimberly Bulldogs 20 and Filer 0. And that gives us an opportunity to tell you that if you are in Filer or the surrounding area, True Leap Technologies is the place to call for your internet service needs. Formerly Filer Mutual, they have been serving the Magic Valley since 1909 and are proud to bring you local internet from local people. Packages start at just $69.95. They offer unlimited use internet with no activation or installation fees. Be sure to follow True Leap Technologies on Facebook and Instagram and call 208-326-4331 to sign up today. So we go to quarter number 2 and a 20-0 affair. You know, as we talked to Coach Dilly about this ball game, he said, you know, they were not going to take Filer lightly, but he said they're a young team, they're a good team, they've shown spurts of things, but they graduated so much from last year. He said while they play hard and we won't take them lightly, it was a game he was pretty confident his team could come in and execute and win, and they're off to a good start tonight. And in Filer territory as the second quarter starts, looking to add that 20-point cushion. Laughlin comes in motion, lines up to the near side right at the 50. Larson waits, calls for the snap, takes it, lobs it down the sideline. He's got a man. Can he catch it? It's hauled in and caught, and the defender falls down at the 20 and to the house. It's a house call for the Bulldogs. Touchdown Filer, or touchdown Kimberly, and the Bulldogs add to their lead. That is the second score of the night for Hammond. He had a shorter, about 5-yard touchdown reception earlier, and number 8, Kason Hammond, takes it to the house from about 48 yards out. And the 4th TD throw of the night for Larson, 2nd TD reception of the night for Hammond, and with 11:49 to go here in the second quarter, Kimberly adds a Rodriguez kick to make it 27-0. And it's this homecoming do-over going pretty well for the Bulldogs. If you're joining us late, homecoming's supposed to be in the Fruitland game earlier this year, and Smoke changed that thing up, so they're doing it tonight. A lot of festivities, fireworks going off. Guys coming into the field tonight to start the game, parachuting in, and skydiving, and great festive night here in Kimberly. They love to do things right here in Kimberly, and their football team is putting on a show tonight, 27-0. And tough break for Filer. Had a guy in position, just fell down there, and to the house goes Hammond.
Yeah, that was a really nice snag by Hammond. He's had a good game so far.
Rodriguez will set to kick this one off. Souza and Day again deep for Filer. So they'll try to get off their schneid and get on the board here. 11:49 to go till halftime. Busy night around the state. At halftime, we'll have some score updates for you from the bevy of games going on tonight on a busy Friday here in Idaho. Day takes it inside the 10. Waiting for blockers, comes up the far side and wrestled out of bounds at the 25. Filer will have 1st and 10 there, and see if their offense can start to get something moving in what's been a lopsided affair so far in this conference opener for Kimberly, second conference game for the Wildcats, who are trying to avoid going 0-2, but not looking good for them so far. Have to have a major turn of the tide here to get back in this one. And they've got a freshman QB trying to make it happen. On the college level, the Boise State Broncos are home tonight, and they continue their rough season. They're down 13-0 to San Diego State at home. That's not a great San Diego State team this year either. It's a tough one there. Down the sideline goes Ray, and incomplete. Looking for Grayson Long, number 88. He's a 6'4" receiver. Got some height there, but unable to haul that in. $11:35 to go, second quarter. 2nd and 10, Filer from their own 25. They've managed a couple of first downs so far, but have not really threatened to score. Ray back to throw, scrambling, and throws it up the sideline. Diving for it is Patterson. He's been an active target tonight, unable to get back to that one, and some lightning firing off in the distance. So hopefully that won't get too close here. Last night of September, and what's been a beautiful night thus far for football. Temperatures low 60s, high 50s. And a great show by the hometown Bulldogs thus far. Filer now facing 3rd and 10. 3 receivers to the far side for Ray. But he's going to look to the near side. He's got his man, but he overthrows him by several yards. Comes up incomplete. And another punting situation for the Wildcats. Really the last thing you want to do is give the ball back to this potent Kimberly offense, but they've been unable to string it together. Definitely trying to throw it around. They promised to say would throw it, and they are.
Yeah, they've just been throwing 3 passes and giving it right back to Kimberly.
Not giving that defense much rest. Looks like we had a false start, but no flag. And the ball kicked off. Will bounce down inside the 40. Patterson will down it there. There is a flag on the play. Not sure what the flag is. Came in late. Oh, we got a sideline warning on Kimberly there. First and 10 Bulldogs. From the 37. And there's 11:11 to go in the first half of play. And we'll see if Kimberly can add to their dominating lead here in the early going. Larson looks to the sideline for the play call. Simon Olson stays on as offensive coordinator. He was the coordinator for the offensive side under Bishop and stayed. A few tweaks to the offense this year. But they've still got things rolling. Larson thrown down in the backfield by 52, Corbin Lewis. A nice sack for Filer, the junior. Lewis getting in the backfield and wrestling Larson to the turf. And that was something Coach Bransman said was really a key tonight for Filer. He said they want to focus on being fast, bringing pressure, and pressuring Larson into mistakes. They've had a few moments there. They've gotten a few sacks tonight, but for the most part, he's been able to sit back and pick them off, finding open receivers downfield. So nice play by Filer there. We'll see if the defense can settle in and make some more plays, get them back in this game with 10:30 to go till halftime. Larson, pressure comes, and he is wrestled to the ground, but gets the ball off as he's hit, and it's caught by Goff, and he's making men miss, and he's in the open field to the 50. He's to the 40. He cuts back and makes another man miss to the 30. He's to the 20. Stops again. Jukes, and he's inside the 15. An incredible play by Michael Goff, number 26. And Filer unable to make the defensive stop. They brought some pressure, and 85, Seth Scooten came, the senior, and put some pressure on the QB on a blitz. But a great job by Larson to get rid of that.
Yeah, almost a sack there.
He took a big shot, got rid of it, and then Goff made a lot happen there. And there is a touchdown throw to the end zone, and it is a touchdown for Kimberly. That is Mason Jensen, number 82, getting that one into the end zone. 4 different Kimberly players have caught TD passes tonight. From Larson, who's having himself quite a night, piling up the yards and the points. And Rodriguez out here for the kick at the 9:54 mark of the second quarter. The big play by Goff sets up the TD by Jensen, and the kick is perfect. And it's 34-0 as the fireworks fly here in Kimberly. If you're curious about a busy night of college football action on a Friday, Tulane and Houston tied at 14 in the fourth quarter. Texas San Antonio leads Middle Tennessee 38-20. Middle Tennessee coming off that wild upset of Miami and coming home and losing to UTSA. Football is a crazy game. San Diego State up 13-0 on the Broncos of Boise State. Later tonight, Washington and UCLA, probably the highlight game of the night, and New Mexico UNLV. Really late one in Vegas tonight. And we'll, of course, have a host of high school scores for you tonight as we get closer to halftime. And here it's all Kimberly, 34-0. We still have nearly 10 minutes to go until halftime. And you get the feeling this is going to be one of those running clock second halves. And that ball is going to skip up the sideline and go out of bounds. That's going to be a penalty on Kimberly. And one of the few miscues they've had tonight.
The last thing you want to do here if you're Filer is just do 3 passes down the field and then punt the ball back to Kimberly. Kimberly's offense scoring almost every time. It's really giving them a lot of time to score the football is not ideal.
It'll be interesting to see if Filer comes out and tries a few runs. They've not been successful on the ground, but you also almost wonder if running it a time or two just to use some clock and keep the ball out of the hands of that explosive offense is a good idea. But 4 receivers in the pattern. This is a handoff, and it'll just go for maybe a yard. Souza wrestled down after a short gain. Few 3A scores for you. Sugar Salem leads Layton Christian of Utah 7-0. Weiser 7, McCall Donnelly 7, and Jerome is leading Wood River 6-3. And a rough start to the year for the Tigers, and they're ahead 6-3. Handoff and wrestled down in the backfield. Nice job by the Kimberly defense. Swarm of Bulldogs there. Souza with a short gain. I think Goff in on the tackle there. Looks like Emmett Schillig, number 80, senior, also in on the defensive stop for the Bulldogs. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 10. There's been a lot of 3rd and 10 for Filer tonight. Unable to bring up short yardage situations and 3rd downs with incompletes and running for no gain. And what will the freshman QB do here? He's got Patterson in motion. He's back to throw. He's under duress and fires it incomplete. Nowhere near a receiver and rocked by the defense. Nice job by Kimberly getting pressure in the backfield. And that's going to bring up another punting situation for Filer, and just a tough night for the Wildcats, who had hopes of coming in here and springing an upset and really competing in this one, making it a close game. But Kimberly jumped on them early. And it's now 34-0. Kick is away. It's a nice deep kick taken by Goff at the 25. He spins away from a tackle, comes to the near side, makes another man miss. He's at the 40. He's up the sideline, and he's wrestled out of bounds at the 45 of Filer. Tackle by number 9, Michael Shaw.
Man, Goff's got some moves.
He really does. That kid can really play some football. He's moving and shaking and spinning and cutting and stopping on a dime, making men miss.
So we got a flag, though.
Blocking the back. Kimberly, it's going to come back, so great effort on the return for Goff, but to no avail. 1st and 10, Kimberly. From their own, they still are marching backwards from their own 17, 16, 8:21 to go till halftime.
Look for Kimberly to run some of this clock here.
5 receivers in the pattern. Could we see a quarterback draw here? Nope, Larson is going to throw it. He's looking for more. Up the sideline, drops it in beautifully. And that football is caught in Filer territory. An incredible throw and catch.
I guess they weren't going to run the ball.
First down, Kimberly.
Looking to stick the dagger in right now.
Great throw and catch there. I think that may have been Hammond again hauling that in. He's had a great night so far. Back to throw, throwing to the outside. And the QB's going to get a chance. So they line up the QB, Larson, and throw it to him, and he takes it to the house for a 47-yard touchdown. So Larson, who's thrown for 5 TDs, gets a chance to catch his own on the short screen pass, takes it up the sideline with a nice block, and he's into the end zone with 7:49 to go. In the half, it's another score for Kimberly. And that explosive offense really firing, and a nice chance for the quarterback to get in on the receiving game. Kick is up, and kick is good. Busy night for Brian Rodriguez, number 28, your junior kicker. He makes it 41-0. You know, you played for a pretty successful program and you weren't on the receiving end of a lot of these kind of blowouts, but when you're in this kind of game, you're being dominated. How do you keep coming out and fighting when it's 41-0 in the second quarter?
It didn't happen very often, but when we played teams like Highland and those teams that would just beat up on us, it's really tough to keep giving it. You just got to keep putting your head down, focus on your mechanics, focus on what you can control, and do your best. Don't worry about the scoreboard as much. Just try to get better.
We'll see if Filer can use the rest of this night to get a little better and make some progress on the season ahead of next week's game where they host Gooding. And Gooding down a little bit this year, so that's a game maybe Filer a little better chance in than against this explosive Kimberly team. Short kick there, taken at the 30, and a good return up to the 40-yard line. So good field position for Filer as they'll start this possession. And they've got 7 minutes and 43 seconds, and they're hoping to keep the ball a little bit. They've been giving it back quickly. We're grateful for our sponsors helping make tonight's broadcast possible, including our local sponsor, Truleap Technologies. We remind you that Magic Valley Game Night is presented by D.L. Evans Bank and brought to you by our major advertising partners, Project Filter, Valley-Wide Cooperative, the Idaho Transportation Department, the Idaho Department of Health and Welfare, Next Steps Idaho, and your local Toyota dealers. And we remind you that stay tuned to halftime for messages from those great sponsors who make this free broadcast possible for you tonight on IdahoSports.com. Back to throw as Ray fires it in there, and it is caught. And into Kimberly territory goes Patterson. Nice catch by number 10. And that's going to be a first down for Filer. And there you go. You talked about just doing little things, ignore that scoreboard, and try to have some positive plays, and they get one there.
Yeah, that was a great pass right over the middle. See if Ray can settle in on this drive, get some points on the board for Filer.
Ray back to throw and nobody there. Looked like a couple of receivers got collided there for Filer, and the ball falls incomplete. Grayson Long out in the pattern, number 88. 7:22 to go till halftime. And it's 41-0 here. All Bulldogs on this beautiful fall night in Kimberly. Back to throw. Ray's going to fire it down the sideline. He's got a receiver there, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off. Kind of a jump ball up for grabs. And an interception by Jackson May, number 32. And that's going to set up this Kimberly offense with the ball again with 7:15 to go. So a big play there. But I'll tell you what a special night for number 18, Cade Larson, the junior. He's thrown for 5 touchdowns. He's got a first half interception. He's got a touchdown reception of 47 yards. And he and his offense are back on the field. What a half for the junior QB.
Yeah, he's all over the place.
Great night for him. Great young man. His mom was one of your elementary school teachers back in the day.
She was.
Yeah. Larson back in the gun. He's going to run this one. And he might make a big gain out of this. He's to the 40, the 50. He's to the 30, the 20. He's up the sideline. They're diving. They won't catch him. He cuts inside of the 10, and he takes it to the house. A 75-yard touchdown run for Cade Larson. And I think somebody wants to be the player of the game tonight because he is having himself a night. 75 yards to the house, 7 minutes to go in the half, and the route continues. Showing some wheels there, just outran the defense.
Yeah, he was booking it on that one.
Ran through some traffic there to begin with, got to the sideline. A couple guys had a shot at him, but great job taking it to the house for 75-yard score. Back-to-back touchdowns by Larson. Rodriguez perfect on the night on his kicks, or other than the first one. The first one got blocked, but other than that, he's been perfect on the night on his kicks. It's 48-0 as the fireworks fill the air again here in Kimberly.
Pretty used to hearing this song now.
7th chance to hear the fight song after a touchdown tonight. We remind you to follow IdahoSports.com on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Get updates, breaking news, pictures, and more. Click the icons in the top left to follow us now. We also will tell you that our army of Idaho sports action photographers are covering games all across the state. We've revamped our galleries to make it even easier to find and order your favorite action shots. Just go to IdahoSports.com, click on the action photos link in the menu, and see all those great photos there. Kimberly set to kick it off here. Rodriguez will put a boot into it. And the kick comes down to the 15 where it is scooped up by Souza. And he'll get up around the 20 before he's wrestled down. And if you're Kimberly, it's been a nice bounce back season, a 4-5 season a year ago, not what they're used to around here. Coach Bishop's final year, he went to Jerome to be an assistant coach. But this team got right off to a great start, routing Snake River, just destroying Jerome in the second week. They beat Fruitland by 7. Loss at Marsh Valley, but then they bounced back to beat Mountain Home, and here they are just taking it to Filer tonight, 48-0, 6:51 to go, and we'll see if the Wildcats can get on the board. That snap is high. Ray struggles to get to it, manages to get to it, rolls out, throws, and the pass broken up. Nice job, nice break on the football by the defender. I believe that was Larson breaking that one up. He's doing it all tonight. And gets in there to break up that pass.
Usually during a blowout like this, you say it's a great opportunity to get the young guys in, but for Filer, they're already in. They're their starters. They got a lot of young guys starting on that offense.
Yeah, as they told us, they have as many freshman starters as they do senior starters. And young group, including the QB. He started the season on JV. He's got an arm. He's down the middle, and he just overthrows his man.
He had him on that
Got a
one.
great arm. Had him open. looking for 88 Grayson Long. He was down the middle, and almost looked like Long kind of slowed up. He was running his pattern and maybe misjudged that ball. If he kept sprinting down the field, that might have hit him right in stride. So they're just not quite executing, not quite on the same page, but you can see some promise there in different moments from this offense.
Yeah, you can see Ray has the arm. He has the arm. He just has to kind of he is a freshman, get stronger, get more comfortable in the offense, give his weapons a chance to make a play.
Snap to Ray, back to throw, scrambling, under pressure, and he's going to go down. He's playing behind a line that's done a fairly good job tonight. Give him some time. Bowman, 54. Cesar Valdez, 66, a sophomore. One of those youngsters out there. '52, Corbin Lewis out there. He's got a sack on the night on the defensive side. So guys making some plays, just a young team. And another punt situation here. We'll see what Goff does with it here. He's been electric on the night so far. Goff will haul it in at the 47. He's going to dance a little bit, come to the near side, wrestle down, and a short return there. We've seen such electric returns by him there. It's kind of surprised to see him go down there after a few yards. But from the 48, Kimberly will start again, and they have been only taking a play or two to score.
Nice open field tackle there by Filer.
Yep. Kason Hammond, junior receiver, will go to the far side of the field. He's had a great night with 2 scores. See if he gets involved here now. He's going to come back off the field, it looks like. They switch some guys out. 2 receivers to either side, maybe giving some youngsters a chance. George Godinez, number 4, is here to the near side. Check those wristbands and wait for the snap. Larson in the pistol, hands it off. And wrestling forward, no gain, maybe a yard. Looks like they might give him a yard on the play. Short run for Kimberly. I think that was Damon Taylor, 46, coming in, running back, sophomore, getting some time in the backfield. They fake the handoff this time to Taylor, and Larson keeps it and gets taken down in the backfield. So with this lopsided score and big lead, Kimberly putting some youngsters in there and kind of slowing things down on the offensive end a little bit. And a flag on Filer. So tough break. Filer gets a tackle for loss. They take the quarterback down in the backfield. And 15-yard penalty makes it a first down inside the 35, and the Kimberly offense keeps marching. 5:19 to go till halftime. Larson pump fakes, now goes down the sideline to Godinez, and he catches it. He's inside the 10. First and goal, Kimberly. Nice catch by number 4, the junior. Godinez hauls that in. Nice catch by Godinez. Larson looks to the sideline. And here they come. First and goal from just inside the 10. Pressure coming, setting up that little bubble screen. Completed down to the 5. McMurtry catches that one, the senior wide receiver. .4:25 to go till halftime.
You could take this one.
There comes a pitch to the near side to Taylor, cuts it inside, gets close to the goal line. He fumbles it and is diving into the end zone. They're going to call that down at the 2. The ball came loose at the end, and Kimberly fell on it in the end zone, but they're going to stay down at the 2-yard line. Third and goal from there for Kimberly, as they're content to take their time. 3.5 minutes to go till halftime. Kind of milk this clock. With the 48-0 score, we probably see a running clock in half number 2 to help us move this thing along. It's been a very long marathon-like first half. It's
lots of passing.
Throwing the ball a lot, and a lot of scores for Kimberly. And a nice stop by the Filer defense there. On 3rd and goal, unable to get in the end zone, is Ben Browning. Bowman on the stop. Number 54, Matthew Bowman, the senior, 5'9". Plays linebacker and O-line for this Filer team, and he comes up with a big stop on 3rd and goal. Bringing up 4th and goal with 3 minutes to go till halftime. And Larson and company are going to go for it. Cade Larson takes it, keeps it, runs it up the middle, and scores it.
Another Larson touchdown.
Cade Larson adding to his impressive night on the 2-yard score. And he scored the last 3 touchdowns for Kimberly. Now with 2:50 to go, it's 54-0. Larson has been a part of every touchdown for this team. He has thrown for 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdowns on the night, 5 touchdowns on the night, and run for 3. 8 touchdowns for Kimberly, dominating lead and an impressive night for Cade Larson. Kick is up, kick is good. 55-0. 2:50 to go. Always entertaining, occasionally controversial, the IdahoSports.com Prepcasts cover every inch of Idaho. Hosted by Brandon Bainey, each Prepcast features one of our in-house experts talking about what's going on in your part of the state. Just go to IdahoSports.com and click Prepcast in the menu to get caught up on what you've been missing. Dominating performance by the Bulldogs tonight. And we're excited to bring it to you here on IdahoSports.com. Grateful for True Leap Technologies and all of our statewide sponsors that make this broadcast possible. We remind you, you can make the memories last a lifetime by owning a digital game file of this game for just $9.95. Click the button in the top right corner to order. Halftime score update from around the state for you. Emmett 19, Columbia 0. Rodriguez with the touchback on the kick. 1st and 10 from the 20 for Filer. I guess the only question left in this one now is, will Filer get a chance to reach the end zone tonight?
We will see. Kimberly's definitely going to play a lot of 2nd and 3rd string guys in the second half, so we'll see if Filer can punch one in.
Ray's got 2 backs behind him. Rolls out, kind of a busted play maybe there, and he's wrestled to the ground. Taken down in the backfield for the sack by the Bulldogs. Kind of kept it running out wide, and he goes down. Number 44, Cruz Yinquez, is senior in on that tackle. Clock reaches the 2:20 mark until halftime. There's an incredible smell of burgers and fries wafting through the stadium tonight. Smells really good. Caught there. Nice catch. Completed for Ray up to the 30 or up to the 20-yard line. 3rd and 10. And again, it seems like when Filer has the ball, we have called 3rd and 10 a lot, and that's a tough position to be in against a solid Kimberly defense. especially when you've got a young offense still finding its way. See what the Filer team can do. Levi Flores, 75, 6-foot lineman out there on the line, trying to give him time, and he does give him time, and there's a completed pass up the sideline. Hauled in by number 4. On our roster, number 4 is Jacob Metcalf. We're told he's out for the year with an injury. We don't have a correct read on your current number 4. We apologize for that. Your JV number 4 is Trenton Whitaker, but not sure that that's accurate for tonight, so we apologize for that. Ray in the gun, back to throw, fires it, incomplete. Receiver not on the same page there. 1:19 to go, second down for the Wildcats. In a 55-0 football game here in Kimberly. Ray back to throw and into the dirt. Looking for Jared Evans. Unable to find him there. In the 5A ranks tonight, Highland and Blackfoot are tied at 21 in the second quarter. Mountain View leading Cuna 21-17. Middleton 34. Timberline 0. Nampa leads Owyhee 13-10. And Rigby with a 14-0 lead on Skyline. That's your 5A scores. In the 4A ranks, Bishop Kelly is dominating Burley 35-14 at halftime. Burley started the year with 4 victories, now losing to Minico and losing to Bishop Kelly. Minico 28, undefeated Canyon Ridge 0 in the first quarter. So Minico dominating a Riverhawks team that got off to a great start on the season, but tough game tonight. Century 17, Idaho Falls 6. Pocatello and Shelley tied at 14. Valley View up 40-6 on Ridgeview. Rigby leading 14-0 of Skyline. We mentioned that one earlier. And Jerome in the second quarter leading Wood River 12-9 in non-conference action. Ray with a completion to Patterson moves the ball up near the 44-yard line. So a nice completion. Finding Patterson for the first down to move the chains, and a good job there. First and 10, Filer from their own 44. Ray in the gun, back to throw. Rifling it down the middle, and it's caught. A nice catch by Souza to the 30-yard line, going up high to snag that one. Or excuse me, that was number 4 hauling that in, not Souza. And a nice catch. With 46 seconds to go in the half, Filer a rare trip into Kimberly territory. We'll see if they can finish this one off.
Yeah, 44 seconds left. Let's see if they can get it in there.
Clock is running as they huddle up and come to the line from the 30-yard line. They've got a chance to do something here with 35 seconds to go till halftime. Ray back to throw. He's got 4 receivers in the pattern. Throws to the outside and trying to come back with the ball broken up. And a nice job by the Kimberly defense. Bless you. And looks like Jackson May on the coverage there to break that ball up. Clock stops with 29 seconds to go in the half. Timeout, Filer. Trying to make something happen before the half. And if you're the Wildcats, you're down 55-0, but it would feel really good to get in the end zone here.
Yeah, it would. It would, that's all. It would feel great for Filer.
Definitely feel good.
Not to get shut out. Getting shut out is such a demoralizing feeling.
Yeah, that's a tough thing. This is a game Kimberly won. We mentioned earlier Kimberly won this game 48-6 a year ago. And Filer really felt like they had a chance to keep it closer than that. But Kimberly has come out and said otherwise tonight. And we're not even to halftime, 55-0. And we'll look forward to a running clock in the second half.
Unless Filer scores 55 unanswered in the second half. You never know.
Yep. Hour and 20 minutes into this one. And we're still in the second quarter. Ray back to throw, finds a man, short of the first down, but complete.
Clock rolling, 20 seconds left.
Clock is moving. Will they take a timeout here? They're huddling out. Oh, they're going to finally take a timeout. They let 4 or 5 seconds run off there. Quarterback just came to the sideline for another play with the clock running. They needed to be ready.
Yeah, don't have enough time to go to the sideline there.
You got to probably have 2 plays ready there and come right to the line and snap that. But they're forced to burn a timeout with 16 seconds to go. If you are in Filer or the surrounding area, True Leaf Technologies is the place to call for your internet service needs. Formerly Filer Mutual, they have been serving the Magic Valley since 1909 and are proud to bring you local internet from local people. Packages start at just $69.95. They offer unlimited use internet with no activation or installation fees. Be sure to follow True Leaf Technologies on Facebook and Instagram and call 208-326-4331 to sign up today.
Okay, 16 seconds left. Here we go.
Back to throw to the end zone and in and out of the hands of the intended receiver.
There's a lot of contact on that one. They could have thrown the flag there.
No interference call, and with 11 seconds, it's 4th and 4. And that close to the end zone and that close to a score was Filer. Bobbled and dropped. And jumping off sides is Kimberly, and that's going to be an automatic first down. Well, this would have been a 4th down play. That gives a first down to Filer. But they only have 11 seconds, so probably just a play or 2, maybe 3 at the most they can get off here in this
Maybe
span
a quick
of time.
out to the sideline, get out of bounds, but other than that, I think you just got to take a shot for the end zone.
.11 seconds to go, and Ray has 2 receivers to either side. Patterson comes in motion, cuts up the field. They go to the far side where they've got one-on-one. Ball is up, bobbled, and intercepted. An interception for Kimberly in the end zone will end the Filer threat with 2 seconds to go in the half. And a nice INT to finish the first half. McMurtry, number 10, with the INT. It is the 3rd interception of the night for Kimberly. The Bulldogs have had a great game on both sides of the ball. They lead 55-0, and they'll come out, kneel this one down, and we will head to halftime. That's the end of your first half of play. The Kimberly Bulldogs at home on homecoming night, winning 55-0 over the visitors from Filer. We'll take a short break, bring you a message from our proud sponsors that make tonight's action possible. We'll be back to recap this first half of play and bring you what should be an exciting second half here from Kimberly after this.
What is community? It's Friday Night Lights with laughter as post-game commentary. It's fun runs, fun rides. It's passing the boot for local heroes. And it's breaking ground for groundbreaking startups. This is what makes a community. And it's what makes a community bank. It's fertile financial resources turned back into local soil. Here's to people helping others thrive. This is community banking. D.L. Evans Bank, since 1904.
You can't make summer stand still, so make the most of every last second with a new Toyota at Toyota's National Sales Event.
During Toyota's National Sales Event, discover our wide variety of fuel-efficient electrified vehicles. Toyota, let's go places.
Some days, I choose the most difficult trail. I test my limits.
Taking the hard path isn't always easy, but I know it's the right way.
When I get done with my ride and I look back at what I've just accomplished, I feel amazing.
It takes courage and determination to do hard things.
But you can do them.
Quitting tobacco and vaping is possible.
You decide when. We'll show you how. Learn more at projectfilter.org or call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
It can be a lot, trying to figure out how to make it, how to dream big, and to wonder, what if? Because no matter where you are in life, if you don't know what's possible in Idaho, it's hard to keep asking, what if? Which is exactly why Next Steps Idaho was created, with everything from smart tools that help you figure out careers you might be suited for, to training and education options for you. So keep asking what if at nextsteps.idaho.gov.
Community 4.
Welcome back here in Kimberly, where it is halftime. Your score is 55-0. The Kimberly Bulldogs blanking the Filer Wildcats. A few scores around the state in the 3A ranks. Teton is beating Snake River 41-0 tonight. Sugar Salem 28, Layton Christian of Utah 3, Weiser 14, McCall Donnelly 13, and Jerome looking to get its first win of the season, leading Wood River 12-9 in the second quarter. No scores reported from some of these other games, Homedale and Payette among them. In the 2A ranks today, several games going on, only a couple score updates. Firth leading Ryrie 20-0. And in the 1A Division I ranks tonight, Oakley leads Lighthouse Christian 20-0 at halftime. And in 1A Division II, Castleford has a 26-8 lead over Camas County. And Hagerman leads Hanson 20-12. A few other scores from our broadcast around the state. Sandpoint leads Lake City 10-0. Blackfoot and Highland tied at 21 at the half, and Emmett leads Columbia 19-0. So as the halftime entertainment continues here in a few moments, they'll have some fireworks after the dancing, and we'll probably bring you some of that after this message from our sponsors that make the broadcast possible tonight. We thank you for joining us here on IdahoSports.com, and we'll be back with more in just a moment.
What is community? It's Friday Night Lights with laughter as post-game commentary. It's fun runs, fun rides. It's passing the boot for local heroes. And it's breaking ground for groundbreaking startups. This is what makes a community. And it's what makes a community bank. It's fertile financial resources turned back into local soil. Here's to people helping others thrive. This is community banking. D.L. Evans Bank, since 1904.
You can't make summer stand still, so make the most of every last second with a new Toyota at Toyota's National Sales Event.
During Toyota's National Sales Event, discover our wide variety of fuel-efficient electrified vehicles. Toyota, let's go places.
Some days, I choose the most difficult trail. I test my limits.
Taking the hard path isn't always easy, but I know it's the right way.
When I get done with my ride and I look back at what I've just accomplished, I feel amazing.
It takes courage and determination to do hard things.
But you can do them.
Quitting tobacco and vaping is possible.
You decide when. We'll show you how. Learn more at projectfilter.org or call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
It can be a lot, trying to figure out how to make it, how to dream big, and to wonder, what if? Because no matter where you are in life, if you don't know what's possible in Idaho, it's hard to keep asking, what if? Which is exactly why Next Steps Idaho was created, with everything from smart tools that help you figure out careers you might be suited for, to training and education options for you. So keep asking what if at nextsteps.idaho.gov.
Community 4.
we're Valley-wide country store. For 100 years, we've been your #1 choice for food, fuel, farm supplies, and just about everything else you could need to get you through your day. We know you work until the job is done, and so do we. For gas on the go, or a little extra to help you get down the road, you can count on us. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here for you.
Welcome you back here to Kimberly, Idaho, where it is halftime in our ball game tonight, and a lopsided score at the break. Kimberly leading 55-0, and we got some halftime fireworks.
Taking care of life's business doesn't always happen at the most convenient times. So we make it easy for you to access and manage your banking wherever, whenever. This is Community Banking, D.L. Evans Bank.
A hit in the morning, another between class, after school, and more before bed. Vaping sucks you in quick. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems everyone's talking about. That's why thousands of teens are ready to take back their life their own way with My Life, My Quit. When you sign up with us, you'll get a free and simple quit plan that makes it easier to stop vaping. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
Welcome back here, Kimberly, Idaho, where it is still halftime as part of the long halftime of homecoming festivities as they redo homecoming after the smoke took down the first one. 55-0 Kimberly as they come back to the field and get ready for half number 2. A few college scores of note for you tonight. UTSA, Texas San Antonio leading Middle Tennessee 38-30 in the fourth quarter. Boise State has rallied after trailing 13-0 at halftime. The Broncos score 21 points, and they lead with 13:02 to go in the fourth, 21-13 over the Aztecs. Washington and UCLA are underway, and they are scoreless. In overtime tonight, Tulane picks up another win. They beat Kansas State, who, of course, then beat Oklahoma the next week, and Tulane is just a one-loss team thus far. They beat Houston in overtime 27-24. Houston began the season ranked and now 2-3, so a rough season there. New Mexico and UNLV in the Mountain West later tonight, 9 o'clock start. We thank you for joining us for tonight's broadcast of Class 3A South Central Idaho Conference football between the Bulldogs and the Wildcats. And the broadcast tonight, Magic Valley Game Night, is presented by D.L. Evans Bank and brought to you by our major advertising partners: Project Filter, Valley-wide Cooperative, the Idaho Transportation Department, the Idaho Department of Health and Welfare, Next Steps Idaho, and your local Toyota dealers. We do remind you, did you get in your gridiron game picks this week? Compete every week against other high school sports fans and the so-called experts at IdahoSports.com for free. Win weekly prizes and the chance to be crowned the regular season picks champion. It's okay if you start now because weekly winners get $25. If you are the regular season grand champion, you win $100 and a $250 donation will be given in your name to your favorite Idaho high school athletic program. And best of all, it is free to play. Just go to IdahoSports.com. Players back on the field, stretching, getting ready for half number 2. Here in Kimberly. Recapping your first half scoring. Michael Goff started the scoring with a 55-yard TD catch from Cade Larson. Kick failed, made it 6-0 in the early going. Kason Hammond caught a short 5-yard touchdown pass, and the kick by Rodriguez made it 13-0 just a couple minutes later. Connor Laughlin's 30-yard touchdown reception made it 20-0. Filer then had what would have been their only score of the half, an 80-yard score to Evans, nullified by a flag. And shortly after that, Cade Larson, who plays quarterback and DB, had a pick from his DB spot to give him the ball back. He found Kason Hammond for the second time of the night with a 48-yard touchdown toss, and that made it 27-0. Mason Jensen got in on the action with a 15-yard score to make it 34-0. And then it was all Cade Larson. He took a pass back as the quarterback and went 47 yards for a score. Then he had a 75-yard run on a quarterback draw and finished it off with a 2-yard sneak late in the half to make it 55-0. An interception by McMurtry in the end zone ended the half as Filer was threatening to get on the board, but Jarrett McMurtry picks it off and makes it 55-0 as we get ready for half number 2. Correcting the scoreboard here. Got 55-0 is your correct score as we go to the second half. Opening kick goes to Filer. They scoop it up. Then they hand it off. And Souza's up the sideline. He could make a big play. He's at the 40. He cuts it back at the 50. He's still on his feet to the 30. He's trying to outrun the defenders. He's at the 10. And it is a touchdown. Are they going to call him down? They're going to call him down just outside the goal line. There are flags on the play. We'll see if this one comes back. But Souza took the handoff from Dye on the kickoff, went up the sideline. Nice play by Filer. But a block in the back is going to nullify it. So a tough break as flags have killed the explosive plays tonight for Filer.
Tough break for Filer there. Finally getting an explosive play and having him brought back by a penalty. That'll bring him back into Filer territory at around the 40-yard line, it looks like.
So after Souza's long return is moved back by the block in the back, 1st and 10 Wildcats from their own 44. We'll see what they can come up with here on their first drive of the half. And the clock is running. I think we're going to have a running clock from here with the lopsided score. So 12 minutes in each quarter. Souza down the field, and there's going to be a interference flag looking for Carter Dye, 14. Larson, the quarterback, defending there, and picks up the flag. Clock is at 10:40 as Filer comes to the line for the snap. Incomplete pass there on the sideline. Couldn't come up with it. Second down from the 41. Ray back to throw. He's got pressure. He's trying to set up a screen. It's intercepted by Kimberly, picking it up the sideline. This could go all the way. And that is Michael Goff, who's had an explosive night. Intercepts the screen pass around the 40. And it's a pick six of about 60 yards for Goff.
Man, Kimberly just keeps twisting the dagger in deeper here.
9:46 to go. And the INT taken to the house for Goff. 61-0 with the PAT pending. Kick is up and no good. That'll leave the score at 61-0. So Kimberly set to kick off here again. Been a busy night for the kicker, Rodriguez. He's been pretty good on his PATs after his first one came up short. Hit about 7 in a row, but that one no good. But he'll get some more work here with the kickoff. 9:46 to go. They do stop the clock for that touchdown.
Though they shouldn't.
Definitely shouldn't. Bulldogs looking to move to 5-1 on the season, 1-0 in conference. Filer, barring a mighty miracle, would fall to 2-4, 0-2 in conference in this one. Taken by Dye around the 5. And dances up and falls near the 20. Filer will be in action next week against Gooding, hosting the Senators next Friday at 7. Kimberly hosting Wood River next week on Thursday. In conference action, it's a Wood River team that beat Filer 26-7 earlier this year. Back to throw is Ray, scrambling out, looking, firing long. He's got an arm. He puts it out there and up there and dropped. Patterson, 6'3" junior, tight end, had a chance at it. Defense right there helping knock that football away.
He had him. Ray had him, just let him a little too much.
Crispin, number 42, the DB, helping to break that pass up. for the Kimberly defense, which has had a solid night tonight. Ray scrambling out, firing, and almost picked and then almost caught. And falls incomplete at the 25-yard line. Broken up there by Jackson May on the coverage. .8:20 to go, third quarter. Two receivers to either side for Filer as they line up here. And Ray fires it low and incomplete to bring up 4th and 10 at the 8-minute mark. This is a new season high in points for Kimberly. They dropped 56 on Jerome. Scored 40 in a loss to Marsh Valley. But 61 points tonight. Impressive showing by the Kimberly offense for certain.
Yeah, we knew they were explosive offense, averaging almost 37 points a game. We didn't think that they would explode for 55 in the first half, but man, have they been good.
Really sharp night and a great night for junior QB Cade Larson, who scored 3 touchdowns of his own to go with his touchdown throws. That last TD scored on defense by Goff on the pick 6 is the first TD that Larson was not a part of tonight.
Though Larson was on the defense, so maybe you can say he was a part of it.
He was on the field, but he did not run for it or throw for it this time. He had 5 TD passes in that first half.
Yeah.
7 minutes to go as Kimberly takes over. 1st and 10 from the 47-yard line. And I'm sure we'll see quite a few of the youngsters for Kimberly this half. Giving guys a chance to see the field. Larson still in at QB for now. Completes the pass to the outside and a huge gain inside the 40 to the 30, knocking defenders back almost to the 25. Parker Stringham getting involved there. Haven't called his name a whole lot tonight. He's a big weapon for this Kimberly team, and he gets a 30-yard gain there. First down, Bulldogs. Deep into Filer territory. And Larson in the pistol with one back behind him. 2 receivers to either side. Looks to the near side, finds his man in 82, Jensen. Mason Jensen wrestled down after a nice gain that moved the sticks. Another first down for the Bulldogs, and they continue to march in just a rough night for the Filer defense. They have been unable to consistently get stops against this high-powered Bulldog squad. And Kimberly about to add to a 61-0 lead here unless the defense can rise up and make a stop. 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line. 5 minutes left, third quarter. And we've got a false start. Looks like a receiver on the outside moved early for Kimberly. So they'll move back 5 yards to the 20 and try it again.
Some scores from around the state. A shocker in Pocatello. Pocatello ranked, I think, 4th in the IdahoSports.com media poll. They're losing to Shelley 21-14 in the third. See if Shelley can pull off that upset. Valley View up 46 on Ridgeview.
Incomplete pass there for Larson looking down the middle. Jensen the intended target and just a little high there. Jerome leads Wood River 18-6. I think that's the first time this season Jerome has scored more points, more than one touchdown. So 18-16 lead for Jerome over Wood River as the Tigers look for their first win. A few good games around the state tonight. Little bubble screen is dropped. Larson under pressure. Nice pressure by Corbin Lewis, 52. Pass still on the money, just unable to handle it. Third down, 15 for Kimberly with 4 minutes to go in the quarter. Bulldogs bring in Casey Bond, number 60. And await the play call. In no hurry now with a 61-0 lead and a running clock. And we're nearly through this third quarter, 3.5 to go. Larson, low snap, scrambles back, finds his man, dumps it off at the 15, at the 10, and in to the end zone. Michael Goff for the score. Back-to-back touchdowns for Goff, and that's his third TD of the night. He's thrown his name in the ring for our player of the game between his returns and everything else.
Not sure if anyone can touch Larson right now.
Oh, it's coming back.
Now definitely not with that coming back.
10-yard penalty.
Goff's played well, though.
On Kimberly will nullify that one. So nice play there. Goff would have had his third TD of the night. We'll see if he can get involved here as they have another opportunity.
Of course, that would have also been another touchdown pass for Larson. So
Larson back to throw. He's hit. The ball flutters into the air, and it's going to fall incomplete. He takes a big hit there. A nice job by number 33, Brody Every, the senior linebacker, a leader on the defensive side. We haven't called his name much tonight, but he's someone that Coach Brandsma highlighted in our visit with him prior to the game as somebody who really stands out for this Filer team, and he really came hard that time. Gave the quarterback a good shot. The ball flutters in the air and falls incomplete. 4th and 20. Kimberly offense will stay on the field here. 4th and 20 from the 25, and Filer comes flying across the line. Offsides. All right, so bring up 4th and 15 now. From the 20-yard line for Kimberly. And they're going to go to the sideline, maybe change up the play. Larson calling the signals. He's back to throw. He finds his man. It's caught, but they're going to be short of the first down. I think Jensen on the catch there. Well, Mason Jensen's had a busy night, another catch, but at the 12 they'll come up shy, and Filer will take over, so the Wildcats get a stop on defense. But they are trailing 61-0. Apologize for the scorpion run there for a moment. We had the Goff touchdown called back. Got to take that off the board. And Ray, we'll see what he can do, the freshman. He's going to be a good one here in the years ahead. Finds a receiver. It's Souza. And the running back breaks tackles and gets up to the 20. Shy of the first down, but a nice gain to bring up 2nd and short. 1 minute to go, third quarter. And just a couple more snaps to go here in this period as the clock runs this half. Due to the lopsided nature of our score. All Kimberly tonight. Souza back to throw. Firing. He's got a receiver out there. A little short. Had to come back for it. And they are going to throw a flag. He had his man beat as he came back for the ball. Kind of came through the defender. And that warrants the flag. And that'll give a first down to Filer. So they'll move the chains. 1st and 10, Wildcats. At the 35-yard line.
See if Filer can get on the board here in the fourth quarter.
So the third quarter is done. We'll take a short break and be right back.
It can be a lot, trying to figure out how to make it. How to dream big and to wonder, what if? Because no matter where you are in life, if you don't know what's possible in Idaho, it's hard to keep asking, what if? Which is exactly why Next Steps Idaho was created, with everything from smart tools that help you figure out careers you might be suited for, to training and education options for you. So keep asking what if at nextsteps.idaho.gov.
Welcome back to Kimberly, Idaho, where we're about to start the fourth quarter of play, 61-0. Kimberly leading over Filer as we get set for quarter number 4. A big turnaround up in Boise tonight. The Broncos of Boise State now lead 35-13 after trailing 13-0 at halftime. So quite a turnaround for the Broncos. Got a little glitch in our video here. We'll try to get that fixed for you. Ray's back to throw on first down. Heaves it down the sideline. He's got an open receiver, number 13, Jared Evans, and it goes through his hands at the 40-yard line and incomplete. Nice throw by Ray. He had his man there and just unable to hang on to the football. And that's going to bring up 2nd and 10 for Filer from the 35. We're into the fourth quarter, 11.5 to go till the end of this one. Number 15, Washington, leads UCLA 7-2. So a safety in that one. And here it's Tristan Ray back to throw, finding an open receiver. Number 4, he's got the ball at the 50. He's knocked out of bounds by a host of Bulldogs, but a 1st and 10. For the Wildcats, who have had some positive plays, and that's what you talked about earlier, Carter, just trying to improve as the game goes along when you're in a lopsided one like this.
Yeah, you got to try to take away some positives from games like this. Of course, it's Ray's first start, so everything's new to him right now at the varsity level, so I'm sure there are a couple things that they can take away that he did pretty well from this game.
That one incomplete, high and wide, looking for the sideline and unable to complete that ball. They do a lot of attacking the sidelines, kind of similar to what you see with like Jaron Hall and BYU, where they don't throw across the middle much, but they throw to those edges quite a bit and like to attack the one-on-ones on the outside. Ten minutes to go. Clock runs. Filer comes to the line. 2nd and 10 from the 50. And incomplete. Ray well off the mark there. Looking for Jared Evans, the 6'4" junior, was there on the slant, but the ball off the mark. I apologize for the video being just a little choppy here as we go down the stretch run. Ball to Souza, and he picks up a gain of about 5 for Filer with 9 minutes left. Crispin with the tackle, number 42, Michael Crispin. 4th down, 5 yards to go for Filer. See what the Wildcats come up with here as they try to get on the board, avoid the shutout here in the fourth quarter. We remind you to stay tuned. At the conclusion of the game, we will have our post-game show and our player of the game at the end of the contest, so stay tuned for that. Idaho Transportation Department, proud sponsor of our player of the game. Dump off pass to Souza. He makes a man miss, gets to the outside. He's to the 40. He's wrestled down by the neck around the 30-yard line. A tough tackle there, but a nice play by Souza. Crispin again on the tackle. He's making quite a few plays. Big gain and a 1st down on 4th down for Filer. They move the chains. And we are now at the 8-minute mark. First and 10 from the 32. First and 10, 7:49 to go. Handoff Souza. He goes up the middle. And picks up a nice gain on first down. About 3 or 4 yards there. 3 yards on first down. 7.5 to go until halftime. From the 30. It's a 2nd and 7 for the Wildcats. Ray in the gun, back to throw. Scrambles. Looking downfield, pointing, throwing it up for grabs into a crowd. Is it caught? I think it's caught. That is a Filer 1st and goal down to the 1 yard line. There were several receivers there. And Talon Weaver, number 4, has your catch. A 1st and goal, Filer has Weaver is your number 4. I think we just heard over the PA correctly there. Our roster is wrong on that tonight. And a great catch in traffic. Evans was there as well. Had a couple guys have a shot at it, and they haul it in, and a chance to get on the board with 6:20 to go. Handoff, fumble. I think Ray was looking for Souza. And the ball fumbled. I think Filer did come up with it to bring up 2nd down. That would have been a disaster for Filer. A big missed opportunity, but they lose yards, and they're now around the 2 yard line, 2nd and goal. See if they can get the ball in the end zone here. Again, our thanks to True Leap Technologies, formerly Filer Mutual, for making tonight's broadcast possible. One of our great sponsors. Pass to the end zone, incomplete. Through the hands of Weaver, tipped around. Comes up incomplete. Weaver, one of those freshmen, started on JV, moving up to varsity, playing varsity football for this young Filer team, just trying to find its way. Filer will try to bounce back next week when they host Gooding. See if they can get their first conference win. Looking like they're going to fall to 0-2 here tonight. Ray back to throw. He's got a man and a flag. It was 3rd and goal from the 3. He was looking for Patterson. Dylan Patterson unable to catch it, but he was held up. And the flag comes out, and that's going to give it a 1st and goal and a new chance, new set of downs for this Filer team.
Some scores from around the state in 3A. Wood River overtakes Jerome 19-18 in the 4th. Weiser up on McCall Donley 14-13. Sugar Salem 28-3 on the Layton Christian. Snake River losing to Teton 14-41.
And here it's 61-0 and a key down for Filer. They run to the outside, and Souza is into the end zone for 6. First score of the night. And Austin Souza puts Filer on the board to make it 61-6. With 4 minutes left in the football game, 4 minutes and 10 seconds. And it looks like we've got some hiccups on our scoreboard here. There you go, 61-6. Extra point is up and good. So 61-7 after that extra point. You know, we've got 3.5 minutes left in this football game. We'll see if we see an onside kick try from Filer here. Down 61-7, probably nothing to lose, but we'll see what they come up with as we conclude this one here in the next couple of minutes. 2 minutes, 30 seconds to go till we put the W in the win column for the Bulldogs. Kickoff to the 10-yard line. And plenty of room. And still on his feet, cutting back at the 40. And wrestled down just shy of midfield around the 47. Nice return for Kimberly. That was Mason Jensen on the return. He's had quite a second half for the sophomore. Both sides of the ball made some great plays. Yeah, it's going to be a 1st and 10 for Kimberly with 1:40 to go, clock running. And under center, usually they're in the gun, so it's probably just a run play. Larson hands it off to this fullback up the middle. And Goff's going to pick up a nice gain of about 8 yards on 1st down.
Thanks.
Magic Valley Game Night presented by D.L. Evans Bank and brought to you by our major advertising partners, Project Filter, Valleywide Cooperative, the Idaho Transportation Department, the Idaho Department of Health and Welfare, Next Steps Idaho, and your local Toyota dealers. Kimberly will take its time from the 45 of Filer to snap this one. Milking some clock, another handoff to Goff, and he's wrestled down after gain of 1 or 2. Just another snap or two. We'll put this one in the books. 3rd down and short. For Kimberly, they line up tight. Hand off up the middle. And Filer will wrestle him down. Michael Shaw, number 9. First guy there, but Browning wrestles away from him and gets to the sideline. He tried to keep that play alive, picks up a 1st down to move the chains and likely end the football game. I don't know that Kimberly's going to snap it again, and our final score is going to be 61-7. We're going to take a short 30-second break, and we'll be back with our post-game show here on IdahoSports.com.
Your valley-wide country store. For 100 years, we've been your #1 choice for food, fuel, farm supplies, and just about everything else you could need to get you through your day. We know you work until the job is done, and so do we. For gas on the go or a little extra to help you get down the road, you can count on us. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here for you.
A hit in the morning, another between class, after school, and more before bed. Vaping sucks you in quick. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems everyone's talking about. That's why thousands of teens are ready to take back their life their own way with My Life, My Quit. When you sign up with us, you'll get a free and simple quit plan that makes it easier to stop vaping. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
And welcome back here to Kimberly, where it's the final score tonight. The Kimberly Bulldogs take down the visitors from Filer by a score of 61-7. And with 5 touchdown passes, 1 touchdown reception, and 2 touchdown runs, our player of the game tonight is quarterback Cade Larson, the junior, with a fantastic game for Kimberly tonight. And we're grateful for the Idaho Transportation Department bringing you our player of the game. This has been an IdahoSports.com GameStreams production of Magic Valley Game Night, presented by D.L. Evans Bank, brought to you by our major advertising partners, Project Filter, Valleywide Cooperative, the Idaho Transportation Department, the Idaho Department of Health and Welfare, Next Steps Idaho, and your local Toyota dealers. This broadcast also made possible by our local sponsor, True Leap Technologies. Special thanks to Kimberly Athletic Director Zach Dong and everyone here at Kimberly High for their hospitality and help getting this broadcast to you. And congratulations again to our player of the game here on IdahoSports.com, Cade Larson. Thanks again for joining us as the Kimberly Bulldogs defeat the Filer Wildcats by a score of 61-7. For my broadcast partner, Carter Christensen, and everyone else behind the scenes here at IdahoSports.com, I'm Mike Christensen, and we will see you next time.
This has been a presentation of IdahoSports.com GameStreams. To IdahoSports.com. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast written consent of IdahoSports.com is strictly prohibited.